two centuries, United States was the country that got the most demographic benefits at all. Without immigration, United States wouldn't be the nation that is nowadays. In fact, it's worth remembering that between 1820 to 1930, its population grew 10 times from 10 million to 106 million people. A restriction law was imposed as a part of the immigration reform back in the last century. Those restrictions were often renewed until World War II, allowing immigration to be annual and only to a certain number of students and workers. The practice of these immigration restrictions of those characteristics supposed a big twist in the immigration policies, given that for the first time selectiveness criteria were applied. The practice of those criteria was a paradox because just in those years the Statue of Liberty was inaugurated. Between 1890 and 1920, the criteria to select an immigrant to enter into the U.S. territory were increasing, this time through intellectual selection. This meant that they had to be tested for writing and reading, which contributed to limit the entrance of some immigrants. The difference between the old immigrants and new immigrants gave place to petitions so that the immigration policies could be changed. This fact was produced in 1917, when a law was proclaimed with the objective to numerically limit some groups, to control the quality of immigration and to exclude racially others. A debate about these restrictions was born. This debate was also known as the Quota Law in 1921. This debate showed the interest of the natives and the unions that supported the restrictions because they saw immigrants as competitions, because they accepted jobs with lower wages. On the other hand, the immigrants' families and entrepreneurs who benefit from the cheap hand labor were opposed. Even though those debates and restrictions took place in the past, it seems that they are still present more than ever.
Arizona. The Sonoran Desert can be a gorgeous spectacle of sweeping beauty. But it can also be a death trap for the illegal immigrants who cross from Mexico into the U.S. and attempt to hike 80 miles of blistering wasteland to reach the closest U.S. highway.
We're just going to go straight south to the border. This is the actual line here. Highway you see just on the other side of the fence. That's Mexican Highway 2. So now I'm just cutting the line to see if anything. Use the arc of tracking footprint.
¡Ay, no puedo cruzar! ¡No puedo! Tenemos que buscar otra forma de cruzarnos porque este muro está reti alto. No, Greta. A ver, súbete tú. No me digas eso. Oh, déjate ayuda, a ver. No, no se puede. Hay que irnos para otra parte porque aquí no se puede. El gimnasio no sirvió de nada, Greta. Ay, ya sé. Vámonos.
I'm seeing footprints down here. That they're either in these hills or hanging a hard right.
We knew they were sleeping or hiding somewhere out there.
It's more a rescue operation than an attempt to try and catch illegals. They have no idea they're going to walk 4 or 5 days. They can't possibly bring enough water.
What they'll do is
don't call me gringo, you fucking beaner. Stay on your side of the goddamn river. Don't call me gringo, you beaner. No me digas terror, te sacaré un susto por racista culero. No me llames frijolero, pinche gringo, puñetero.
¿Tú crees que ya nos vieron? Híjole, mano. Yo creo que sí. Hay que correr más y luego no nos brincamos la cerca, va. Esto es el viento. No te estés quejando, ya casi nos falta poco. Me voy a morir antes de llegar. A ver, ya. Dale, yo te cuido. Vas. Ya, crúzate. Ah, es que tengo miedo. No tienes que tener miedo, ya pasamos lo difícil. ¿Y qué vamos a hacer? Necesitamos conseguir una chamba. Hija, pues es que... Mira para allá. Ya sé, hay que decirles que si nos dan chamba eso, que sea recogiendo basura, no importa.
Sí, lo que sea.
Vamos, vamos.
Lo que sea todo era para el chivo, pues.
Ay, ahora qué.
Qué bueno que conseguimos chamba recute rápido, tú.
Pero tú ni has hecho nada, mira, yo ya he recogido todas las demás bolsas.
Ah, pues es que...
¿Qué te faltó eso? Pues mira, nos pagan muy poquito, pero por lo menos tenemos chamba y lo que
Pues ojalá que no nos agarre la migra. Porque
ay,
si
qué
no,
baboca se te hace chicharro.
valemos sorbete.
Mira, voy a terminar de resultar allá, ¿eh?
Dale, ¿cómo vas?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I know. I'm fucking tired of these aliens. Yeah, me too.
Hey, wait. I'm seeing something.
Hey, you!
Yeah.
Hi! Hi!
What are you doing here?
Working? Yeah, working.
Where are your papers?
The house, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, stop kidding me.
No, we're not kidding you.
No, not at all. Where are you from?
We're from Mexico.
Okay. Well, your American dream is over. Come here with me.
No!
Come
Please,
here.
Mr. Officer,
yes.
I love you, America. I love you, please. No. So, what do you think about the state law of Arizona?
Well, to be honest, I don't know a lot about the state law. I haven't looked into all of the legislation about it, but just today I found out that part of the law is that officials would be able to racial profile and then just ask for basically anybody who looks foreign for their identification. And I think this type of law is really scary. It can lead to too much power that the government has, so I would really prefer that this law isn't passed in Arizona and they don't have this power just to go up to anyone and check it. I'm not exactly sure why it's necessary to do such a thing, and I really hope that these types of laws in the future just don't exist in our democratic country, and people should just be able to walk around without the threat of being pulled over because they look foreign.
According to the new Arizona state law, any policeman can profile a person just for his or her appearance as an illegal or alien. In our conclusion, this is a discriminatory policy which only enforces racism and exclusion. Back in the 1900s, not only appearance was an indicator for discrimination, the social status and education as well were factors that contributed in. It seems that today the 1900s are back and fiercer than ever. Our suggestion for this problem is clearly to stop this law and enforce economy and security back in Mexico. That's why a lot of people want to migrate to US, because here there isn't jobs or security at all. Our prediction based on the marches and boycotts is that the Arizona SB 1070 law is going to have the same ending as the 187 California proposition. In US, there should be a quickly immigration reform that concerns everyone, because let's not forget, United States is the country of immigrants. So, as Los Angeles Times said, thank you Arizona, thank you for remembering what seemed to be forgotten, the immigration reform. So we should ultimately thank Jan Brewer for bringing back the topic of immigration that's now present more than ever.